So, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a good meal, and I love Michelle always makes my mom's turkey soup after, which I love. Food was good. Teddy said everybody should write down 2 things they're grateful for, so we did that, and we all put them in a basket and passed it around, and everybody read somebody else's that they were grateful for.
The fucking Waltons.
It was just really, well, I mean, another half of the weekend I spent yelling at my kids to do stuff.
Good.
So it's like,
there we go.
It's like the episode of the Waltons where they're like cranky. That never happened.
Dude. Did we? I think forget it. Did I already talk about how much I hate Full House? Did I mention this before?
No, I don't think so.
It's just on in the mornings, and I hate it. It's so wholesome and annoying that it's unbearable. But I just leave it. It comes on when I turn on my lights in the morning. And I just leave it on because I like to get mad at it while I'm taking a shower and brushing my teeth and whatnot.
So you think it's better if you start the day angry?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been trying to start less angry.
Yeah.
I think that's been better for me.
Tell me an example of a situation where you could have gotten more angry than you did.
Just a lot lately. I'm trying to just listen and pause, and I noticed last episode that was published, not last week, but 2 weeks ago, you had a couple times when you didn't listen to me. It was kind of refreshing.
Cool. But you haven't lost that thing where you have to harbor resentment, though.
just with you, because I know you still like me when I do it, so I know I have to. I've wondered if I changed too much with the people who like me already, would they abandon me?
There's like 3. There's like 3 of those people, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to change and then have them abandon me and no one new come. So, yeah, it's tough. It's the end of break. Everybody. That's why I was on so late tonight. Sunday night, right before the mag room. Sunday night in the mag room.
All around the world, you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey! Talking about losing kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey! Mag-room, mag-room, the mag-room, the mag-room.
Well, that's exciting. I'm already feeling more festive already. Teddy last night said, "I wish it was Christmas already."
Yeah, me too.
Michelle has this day countdown. It's like 31 days, man. You got a while.
Yeah. Goes fast,
though. He said, how much school till we get off again? I'm like, dude, you got 4 weeks, man. It's not.
Remember when we were kids, people used to get trampled to death, right? Like this weekend, they'd have a
Black Friday, yep.
Does that ever happen anymore, or is that a thing of the past now? Like when's the last time somebody
Do you watch the local news ever, or no?
No.
So you wouldn't know?
No. I thought maybe you could tell me if you thought, do you still hear stories? I was having a discussion with somebody yesterday about, it's getting trampled to death season again. And he said, that doesn't happen anymore. And I said...
No, people probably order online, right?
I don't know. I just thought maybe they'd have really good deals at a brick and mortar Walmart or, whatever. And I don't know. I long for the days when people got trampled to death at Christmas. That was
part of the kickoff
it was
for you.
a fun time of year, Everybody wants to go out and go to the mall. I was never a big Walmart or Target guy. I don't really like department stores. But
people always wanted a TV.
Yeah.
It was like there was 6 TVs on sale in the store.
Yeah.
And everybody was in line, and then they had to run in and
whoever
get the item.
tramples the most people to death wins that TV.
Yeah. It was a contest they ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the counter is right now they had an article about how all the malls are dying out. So I think it's...
malls everybody's longing for the days of trampling to death.
I know. Well, malls would definitely like it.
Yeah. There's a mall in Pennsylvania where my parents live that's totally decrepit. 50% of the stores aren't even, are vacant. It's depressing. It's depressing to see a vacant mall is really depressing.
This is a company that buys the malls, and then when they're on the way out, and then just holds on to them and squeezes every dollar out of them. It was sad.
Well, that sounds nice.
even when the stores, like the town wants to like redo it or something, they can't because the company owns it.
And that they'll just keep those last 8 dying businesses in there until they don't pay them rent anymore?
Yep. Yeah, the businesses are like, please just let us out of the lease.
Never.
Nope. I still like going. We have one in Danbury. I go like once a year, but I like walking around. I feel like malls could have a rebirth. Like with online shopping, wouldn't people like a store where they could just see the item? Like you don't buy it there, you order it, but you could go like see it. So they don't have a lot of like inventory, but you just go check it out and then you buy it online.
I mean,
or like shoes, they have like every size of shoe, one pair. You try it on and then you order it online from that store, and they ship it to you. There was one email in the mailbag.
Okay.
The mag.
Let's have
bag.
at it.
It says how long it's been that I called it the mailbag.
Yeah, I can't.
Instead of the mag bag.
I don't think I remember the last time we got a decent email.
It says, gents, first I commend the two of you for offering a palatable podcast.
Palatable.
One that I can... Palatable, sorry. I can't even read. One that I can ease into on a lengthy commute to work. Why am I the host and I can't pronounce anything?
Because
You
that's
should probably
good.
be the host.
That makes it better.
Your friendship is authentic and genuine. But I've only been listening for a couple weeks now.
He doesn't know us that well.
No. Seems like there are no special guests other than Sisk's kids. Can you ever get Tim Duncan on the podcast? It would take the show to another level. Keep them coming, Antonio.
Well, thank you, Antonio.
Yep. And we were going to have some guests, weren't we,
Yeah.
from Wake Forest?
Yeah, I've been
So
reaching
it's almost
out.
like it was like this was planted.
Yeah. It wasn't, was it?
No, it was. That's a real writer.
Well, thank you, Antonio. Yeah, I've been working on some Wake Forest guests, some notable Wake Forest guests. So I'll try to keep you in the pipeline as to when we can make that happen. Use the word palatable. I like that. I like people who make Jarrod trip up in his pronunciation.
I think palatable is a better pronunciation, actually.
It's more relatable.
Yeah, and then I brought a couple Sisk stories.
Okay.
Can we do those?
Sure.
Sisk stories. If you said no, we'd just kind of be done. So
No.
this is first one is another job for you. Have you ever been to Ottawa, Mark? Or do you know anything about Ottawa?
It's the capital of Canada.
Yep.
It's got only 4 different letters in the whole word.
I never knew that, or I never realized that.
Ottawa. Where is that? Ontario?
Well, its motto, not its motto, but it's known as the city that fun forgot. It said there's a film about Ottawa. Eamon Jeffrey, a federal government employee and a documentary filmmaker, made a documentary about Ottawa, and people described it as a good place for a long nap. So Ottawa doesn't like this. So the Ottawa City Hall is trying to put the sleepy image to bed with the first ever Ottawa Nightlife Economy Action Plan, with the fun-sounding acronym of ONEEP.
Okay.
See, that's already fun, right?
Yeah.
So they want to energize the economic base between the hours of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh, wow. Nice.
because Ottawa ranks at or near the bottom in terms of nightlife-themed businesses and employees.
Let's see, what makes a cool town? Strippers, I guess. So what if you started putting, like on taxi cabs, you know how cool cities have advertisements for strip clubs on the banner,
Okay.
the banner thing of their taxis? Maybe put those on the police cars, as well as the taxis. Or like any car, maybe all the cars in the town have to have strip club.
All the towns,
Yeah.
all the cars. That's a lot.
What else would make your town fun?
They said all the bars, one of the people they interviewed described the bars as interchangeable, featuring nachos, burgers, and Caesar salads.
I like all of those things.
But like in every bar?
Did you ever go to Roman's for the nachos? I usually go for the nachos and a Caesar salad. But sometimes I'll stop over.
What about the Caesar salad nachos?
Yeah, they were good. They were good too.
Yeah, like you need some areas that you kind of boost up, right?
Yeah.
So you make like a nightlife area, maybe a mall. Maybe we can make an old mall into a nightlife area.
Now I think you're thinking.
How cool would that be? Like you just walk around the mall, but all the stores are like different bars.
Different strip clubs. Yeah, that would be cool. Just a big strip club mall.
And you could walk in and out of the different bars with your drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go to different ones.
Yeah. And you could have like a shuttle service that drove you to and from the place.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Because you got to go to, I mean, the mall could have literally, like a normal sized mall could probably have, what does it probably have, 100 stores? So you could have 100 bars. I think we're onto something. All right, so how about, so that job, you don't want that job, but this is the job you were born for.
Okay.
Dear Muga.
Oh.
Dun dun dun, Dear Muga.
Nice. Okay.
All right, ready? I got 3. Which one? Do you want one about an aunt, about a guy at a gym, or about your brother?
Guy at a gym.
All right, first one. All right, Dear Muga. There's a guy at my gym who looks sad as hell. He's there every single day. He's been a regular for at least 2 years now. He almost lives at the gym because almost every day I'm there.
Maybe he
there.
does live in the gym and that's why he's sad.
I've been seeing him since I joined the gym. I don't think I've ever seen him talk to anyone. A couple weeks ago, my friend noticed that he always looks pretty sad and just tired. And ever since he said that I've been seeing it as well. He said it. I've been seeing it as well.
I got you.
Due to personal experience, my friend and I want to approach the guy and maybe get to know him a little. We don't know how, though. Any tips, Muga? From Gym Rat.
I think he's sad because he lives there. I think he's so maybe bring him soup. I'd say your first
Like soup at the gym?
gym soup. Yeah. No, I don't.
Hey, after your workout, you ready for some hot soup?
Yeah, I have 2 different kinds. I got split pea and I got Caesar salad.
Maybe a gazpacho?
I got Caesar salad soup down at Diego's on 4th Street
Nacho Caesar salad soup.
with a burger on the side.
It's on downtown.
Do you want to go
Ottawa.
out? I thought maybe we could finish up. You look sad over here. I thought, what if we went out for some Caesar salads and nachos? Me, you, and my friend over here.
Maybe we hit Walden Books.
Who is really
after,
concerned about some stranger's sadness at the gym for some reason. I don't know how I got talked into taking you out for Caesar salads and nachos.
Do you ever say that to someone like you don't really know? Like just like, hey, you seem kind of off. How you doing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I met a girl at the place I shoot pool. We're kind of friends now. And the first time I ever met her, I said, "You look really, really sad. Are you all right?" She pulled the gun out. She pulled the gun out of her mouth, and she said, "I've been having a rough week." Yeah.
Oh wow! See, sometimes it just takes someone to check in with someone.
No, she said I don't know. She opened up a lot, and she'd had a bad week. She had broke up with her boyfriend, all that stuff. But she ended up wanting to shoot pool, and we, not like just a casual friend that I shoot pool with now.
All right. All right. Basically, when I was 3, Dear Muga. Basically, when I was 3, my aunt had put me in front of an iPad during a family get-together type of thing. My parents insisted not to, since I had the tendency to click on anything with cool colors, but she ignored them, and it worked with her kids, so it would be fine for me. Colors is spelled O-U-R-S, so this must be someone, British listener. Long story short, I bought a ton of audiobook things. Not sure how much I'd spent, but since I was super young, I don't even remember it fully. She got super mad, but my parents paid her back. Then she insisted that the money came from my allowance. Reminder, I was 3.
Jesus.
My parents refused, and she got even more mad, even though they already gave her the money. And then when I was 10, I had to meet her again, and she lovingly reminded me of the incident from years prior and then asked me to pay her back. I gave her the only money I had because I had a fear of authority figures, probably like $20 from Christmas. But she still seemed mad. Saw her again a few weeks ago. I'm 19 now, and she asked me to pay her back again. I refused because I know pretty well that my parents paid her back fully when it happened, and 10-year-old me gave her some money, so I don't see a reason I should give her any more. I do love her, she's my aunt, but I don't know how to get her to just forgive me. Any advice about how to go out the situation?
You got to turn the tables on her somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe hire somebody to kidnap her and then demand a ransom, and then you offer to pay the ransom. Wait, what would it be? You wouldn't pay the ransom.
No, you pay the ransom, but say you can only do it with the money that you had saved to give your aunt to pay her back for the audiobooks. And the aunt will be like, no, pay it. Please pay it for me.
How would a 3-year-old have enough of an allowance to pay back? How much is an audiobook in 2002? Or
I'm sure it's books and CDs and stuff have not gone up in price or down.
So probably
They're
an
like the
audiobook
same.
would be $10 maybe, or $8,
Yeah,
or
probably maybe even more expensive.
and if she did a bunch of them, let's say she did 10 of them, so say $100.
She spent a couple $100.
What kind of job does a 3-year-old have that they can earn a couple of $100? When I graduated college in 1998, I think I made like maybe $450 every 2 weeks or something like that.
Plus, does any 3-year-old get an allowance? I wasn't like, hey, to like Teddy when he was 3, I'm going to give you $1 a week to do some chores around the house.
That's not even going to make a dent in what I owe Aunt Beatrice for the audiobook scandal.
It's going to take me 4 years
Hey, Dad,
to
you
pay her
think
back.
can I get it in advance this week?
A 200
Horton
week
Hears
advance.
Horton Hears a Who was on sale, and
An audiobook.
I accidentally clicked it twice. Take a nod from the guy in the welding
Yes.
thing. Pay her back in pennies.
$200 in pennies?
Yeah, that's
What's
even
that?
doable. Like that's not.
That's 20,000 pennies,
yeah,
is that?
maybe
No.
like a.
Yeah, 20,000. I think we solved that one.
All right.
Dear Moogie, you did it again. I think I gotta find a new one though. This third one, like I said, it got deleted. I'll tell you the topic.
Okay.
It said my 30-year-old brother is still in college and he thinks he's a talented singer, songwriter, and producer who's gonna get rich and famous.
I mean, I'm
But then
47
they
years
do-
old, and I still share all of those same dreams about this show. Am I the right guy to give advice on this?
Well, basically, it was about his parents, I think, just enabling him. And he didn't have a job and basically played music loud in the apartment above. I like how they thought he was going to be a singer, songwriter, and producer.
Yeah.
That's a tough trio.
Triple threat. You get him in that studio, and it's just gold.
You think if you told your parents you were going to quit the mailroom gig and then sell it and just move to their house and do the podcasting full time, not really make any money, but just live in their house, how would they feel about that?
I actually, I started moving some stuff over there this week. My dad's so pissed because it's like his walk-in closet's now my mixing room, and I was like, look, I you can still put some of the shirts in here, but I need this whole. But it actually helps that his clothes are in there because they dampen the sound. So it's
yeah, it
I think
sounds
it's going to
perfect.
be good for the show. I don't know if it'll be good for my parents.
But your parents love the show. They could just watch it live.
Yeah.
Like they could just sit on their bed because you'll be in their closet. Where are you going to sleep?
In the studio, I just have a little.
I see.
Yeah.
Because you're this is
I'm
you
trying
gotta be
not to
working
be-
on it full time.
I'm trying to really buckle down. That's what I want to get rid of the house, get rid of the job, get rid of the business, get rid of everything. I just want to be able to focus a lot of my energy.
All right, so you're moving in your parents. That's going to go well, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited. They're not, I am.
Dear Muga, I usually don't email Dear Muga, especially since my email got hacked with a bunch of porn. But recently, my girlfriend was incredibly ill. Non-stop vomiting, pain all over, unbelievably high fever. She stopped contacting me abruptly at an odd time, seemingly right in the middle of our conversation, and I got pretty worried. And after calling a few times, I felt desperate and contacted her brother. I texted him asking if she was doing okay, and he responded verbatim, "She's dead." Now I get that obviously is a joke. Maybe, but unfortunately for me, I don't pick up on social cues very well, and he just left me with that text for many hours. I felt the most powerful rush of emotions, and it haunts me almost every second I'm alone. She's not dead, by the way, just really sick. I wasn't particularly happy with him, and he seems to be weirded out that I was so pressed about it. Should I bring this up to my girlfriend, or should I just let it go and try to get over it? Thanks, Muga. From Ryan the Reptile.
All right, so his question is, how does he, should he tell his girlfriend that the brother is the funniest person on the planet? Is that the...
Yeah, it seems like the bad thing would be when he tells the girlfriend and she laughs.
Yeah, you have to learn how to take a joke, Reptile. That's a pretty good one. I like that he let it sit for hours. That's fun. I think that alone should have told you that. I mean, if you have any kind of relationship with him at all, I would say no decent, semi-decent human being would ever write just "she's dead" and with no subtext. Or
what if he had followed up with like, "Seriously, I'm so sorry. We're planning things that I don't have time to call you, but I'll call you in a few hours about it," and he just left it there.
Would
that have been worse?
Yeah, that's way worse. Because that doesn't make it seem like a joke anymore.
Yeah. What if, I think one of the great things about, he should really thank the brother, because that emotions he felt probably were like, after he found out it wasn't true, he felt so good.
Yeah. I actually heard a story on NPR today. One of the, I don't know if they did it but some of those hostages that were being released in Israel.
Yep, they did the same thing. You're going to be released. Or we're going to kill you.
All right, just send us a text when we're getting released. No, it was a little girl, a little 4-year-old girl that they initially had told the father that she had died. And then like a couple of weeks later he found out she was still alive, and she was one of those ones that was being released. I don't remember the timeline of it, but it was either yesterday or today or tomorrow. Or
so is he pissed at the authorities?
He had already rented out her room. He said, "I'd already rented out a room, and times are tough right now, and I needed the extra $200 a month."
This guy wants to put on a podcast. He just wanted to rent a room and just kind of...
His parents kicked him out of his house in Florida. But I said, "I got a good deal on a room here. You can bring your stupid little mic stand and your..."
So what do I do? How do I break this to my 4-year-old daughter, who I thought was dead?
Honey, do you want...
The Israeli government, I asked them how she was, and they wrote, "No, she's dead." And then they never texted me back for 4 weeks.
Honey, do you know how to mix audio? Do you know how to... You're going to want to... First of all, you're going to want to compress it. When you open the file, you're going to compress it and then normalize it.
Whenever you do your producer jokes, there must be like a segment of our population it just kills with. I bet there's not a lot of those on the podcast world right now.
Jokes about, like, insider producing jokes?
Yes.
You want me to talk about how bad my sister's audio was this week? We recorded that episode for Thanksgiving last week, and she just left she's had like no headphones on, just me and you talking. Anytime she wasn't talking, it's just pure echo, the entire thing. So I got my first pass done, but it took me like 4 hours to do it because I had to.
That's great that it took you, like, first of all, she couldn't figure out how to send it to us for like 6 days. And then it took you 4 hours because she didn't wear headphones.
Anytime she wasn't talking, I had to insert like big bricks of silence in there. Because otherwise it was just me and you talking over me and you talking.
Oh, that is tremendous.
Yeah, it was great.
By like her 3rd or 4th show, though, she's going to put it
one of these
together.
times we're going to get every aspect of it right.
And then she'll just retire. You'll have spent like $200 on different equipment for her, and then she'll say she doesn't want to do it anymore.
I'm sick of you guys just making fun of me the whole time and talking about jism.
It was fun.
Yeah, we laughed a lot. There was a lot of laughing so hard we were crying in that episode. I think there was at least 3 laughing so hard we're crying parts. Might be more.
That's just a great day.
Yeah.
I don't have 3 laughing so hard I'm crying a day. Probably a week.
I agree. It was
usually
good.
Usually I'm crying so hard that I'm laughing.
Yeah. There's a difference.
Theme song by Mega Yellox. Email us at Mooga, MOOGA, and Cisco, SISKO, at gmail.com. I've realized, because we have some newer listeners like Antonio, that the email gets harder that we don't call each other Mooga and Cisco like ever in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both nicknames. It's not the name
From
of
college.
the show.
It's a terrible email.
Yeah. Luckily, nobody ever tries to write. Do you think there's a single person out there that really wanted to write in, but they couldn't figure that out? I bet not.
Probably from when they left the show to when they started writing. Like, I can't remember the email.
Mooga? How would you possibly spell that? I guess Cisco could be SISQO, like the singer.
Yeah. Is he QO or QUO?
No, he's just O.
I thought you always had to follow Q.
I knew a girl whose last name was QER. Oh, actually, she's on ESPN. I grew up with Molly Qerim. Remember her? Have you ever seen her name?
I mean, I don't know who that is, but that's
she's
pretty
one of the
big deal.
ESPN correspondents, and her name's QERIM.
Was that the one who got caught for making stuff up recently? Did you hear that story?
I don't know. No.
Sideline reporter. She was on some podcast, and they asked her about the stories, and she's like, yeah, sometimes I can't get the coaches, so I just make stuff up. She just said that on the podcast. Like generic stuff like, yeah, they said they got to limit the turnovers and try to come out with a good running game in the second half. Back to you, Jim. Yeah. She just would make it up.
Most of the world is lying at any given moment.
Wow.
You're always being lied to.
I never lie. Well, not never, but rarely.
People who say they never lie are the worst of all.
I feel bad about it.
So I don't even think you feel bad about it. I think you're lying right now.
Social media, it makes me cry so hard I laugh. Social media has not been updated in a while. No one's noticed. And send us a letter. We'd like letters better than social media likes. Magroom 10152 Indiantown Road, P.O. Box 9, Jupiter, Florida 33478. All right, well, everyone have a wonderful week. And if you find yourself crying so hard that you're laughing, then you can,
or just with a bunch of leftovers that you're enjoying from your holiday dinner,
or you're sad in the gym.
Yeah, don't be the sad gym homeless guy.
But if you are, you can always
stick with the Magroom. And everything
else is cream cheese.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
I think I'm gonna vomit.